Hello everyone, I have another question coming through our Discord channel on how our VFX work in VerticalThird. I do have some custom variables and scripts that run in my VFX. So if you ever want to make your own VFX, I suggest taking one of my pre-existing beams or projectiles and just copying or duplicating that and starting with that as a base. But we always know that, of course, we're going to use stuff from the marketplace, and sometimes we're going to have to add some of these variables and scripts into our VFX. The reason why I have these scripts is so when you're editing your action data table and you change the lifetime, it actually helps you dynamically set these things into the VFX. That way you don't have to have multiple VFX at like 1 second lifetime or 5 second lifetime. For projectiles, we want to make sure they actually disable themselves or fade out when they hit a target. And so that's why we're going to set up the isHit variable and go through the script for that. We're going to start with our normal method. We're going to right click on our VerticalThird folder, create a new folder with database_new game. From here, we're going to do a new Niagara system, and we're going to set a empty system. And we're going to call it Niagara system _projectile_new. When we open this up, we're going to create a upward mesh burst emitter. Right click on the grid, do add emitter. Make sure that library only is checked off. From here, I'm going to search for upward, and then we'll click on the only option available. We're going to modify this quite a bit. The first thing we're going to do is up in the top left, we're going to add a bool variable. We will click the plus sign and search for bool. Click on the option that's be available, and we're going to name it isHit ? For the purpose of this example, we're going to keep it very basic. So we're going to delete essentially everything extra. So we're going to delete the scale color, delete the scale mesh size, delete the add velocity. For spontaneous burst, we're going to set it to 1. Click on the particle system. We're going to change lifetime to direct set and set it to 5. Click on mesh renderer and expand the mesh. Now we'll search for opaque and we'll choose the sphere. Finally, we're going to add our script. Click on particle update, then the plus sign. We're going to search for hit and just make sure in the top right corner that library is checked off. And then we'll be able to select it from the list. When we click on this script, you'll see some options to the right. We want to keep lifetime after hit is to 0. And we're going to drag our isHit to the isHit variable slot on the right. Now we can give this a save and we should be able to test it out. In order to do this, we need to set it to a data table. I'm going to click on the database folder and search for projectile standard. And we're just going to choose the last one on the list, which is standard AOE. Once we open this up, I'm just going to right click on the top row to collapse it, just so we step through this together. We open it, we're going to expand the action collection, expand the first index because this is our projectile, all the way down to appearance. From here, we're going to search for projectile new and select it from the list. Now we can click play and run over to the action kit section. And we're going to pick up our projectile action kit. Just realized my screen was off position, so I'm just expanding it. And then we're going to walk up and right click because that is the action data table we set. Now you can see I forgot one little setting here. In VFX, you can actually change a lot of them live during Play in Editor. So I'm just shuffling my play window down. I'm going to click onto the emitter we have and make sure we have it set to use local space. Once we have that checked, we can go back to Play in Editor and it's now working. That's it for this one. See ya.